Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello.
It's a lovely day.
It is a lovely day, finally.
Yeah.
It's been a bit grim, hasn't it, last couple of days?
It's not been the best.
We started the Marvel marathon last night. Watched the first one, the first Avenger, Captain America.
Well, we're watching it in chronological order, as opposed to when they were released.
So it's like, yeah, it's Captain America first, and then it's Captain Marvel. I can't remember what was next after that. Maybe Iron Man. I was thinking before, in your life, like in school and stuff, like when you were younger, did you have any goals? Did you know what you wanted to achieve? Not specifically work, but anything. Do you have any goals when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be an actress, and like Eponine was my big one. Like that was like my holy grail.
Yeah.
That was something I don't think I would have been able to rest until I'd done it. I don't want to write a book.
And have they changed? Obviously now you've achieved both of them. Do you have like other things in did you reassess and go, right, now I've done that?
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a list of roles that I'd love to play, but my goals haven't really changed outside of theatre and writing, I guess.
No.
I've got like some secret ones that are just sort of like my own like personal goals that I would like to achieve.
Yeah.
I guess when you share goals with people, it then becomes a thing that people like hold you accountable for, I guess. Like, well, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Why haven't you done it yet? And my life doesn't work that way. Like, I've got things that I want to do, but I know that I just won't have the time to do them in the next sort of like 5 years. It'll have to be something that I do when I'm like retired, or something I specifically take time out of work to pursue. So I just don't really want to tell anyone about them, because I don't know when people nagging me for something that I know I can't achieve in the short-term future.
Yeah, because when I was younger, my goals, I never wanted to be, I think my first goal I wanted was to be like a footballer, but I mean, I was driven, but I wasn't, I guess I just in the back of my mind, well, I don't know, because I really wanted to be a footballer, but I guess it just wasn't there, the complete drive. Like, you know, you've got the blinkers on, you're like, I'm not doing anything but play football. I did play football because I love it, and I love it so much, but I guess, because I remember when I was like 14, 15, whatever, I missed training one time, because I went out with my mates instead. Like, so obviously, like, obviously you're 14, 15, you're a bit rebellious, and you would do what go, you know, fuck it, like, I'm gonna go and whatever, hang out with my school friends. So anyway, that didn't really happen, but I remember when my goal to be in the West End sort of happened round about when I decided I wanted to be an actor, and more specifically I was leaning towards musical theatre. I was probably about 17, 18 in college before theatre school, and that was like the first time I set a goal. Then achieved it. And I remember when I sort of came out of Mormon, or during Mormon, I was like, right, I need to like reassess like my goals now, because I think it's like not healthy not to then reset goals. I just feel like if you're then like, right, done it now, then you're just gonna regress, and it's not healthy. So I remember leaving Mormon, and I was first cover price, so I had a taste of like what it's like to be like a leading man. I've never really covered before. I've always ever like played parts, but never like in the West End or whatever. So that was my goal. I think I'd give myself 5 years, so I think I had like a year left of this 5-year goal. But I remember going like, oh, in 5 years I'd love to make a step up and like play a part in the West End now. Like, whether it's like the lead, or like, whether obviously like, for example, just so everyone knows what I'm on about, whether it's like Valjean, where he's obviously the lead, or Andras, wouldn't really matter, just so I know that I'd go into the West End and have a part to play every night.
Yeah, a named character who has like solo lines and solo songs.
Like if he's a lead, great, awesome. But yeah, so I sort of reevaluated after like leaving Mormon, which I think is good to do. Yeah,
I think it's good to reevaluate after every job you leave, and I think for actors especially, because we leave jobs so regularly. I think it's good to come out and go, right, was that job what I expected it to be? How much did I enjoy it? Like, what would I change about it if I could? What wouldn't I change that I can keep carrying, like keep doing, or keep looking for when I carry on?
The thing with the playing a part in the West End, like I gave myself 5 years because I felt like it was pretty like doable, and it's nice to just go, I've got 5 years, come on, you can do it. But I'd always love to. I've got like an ongoing goal of just being in a Hollywood film as a part as well. But that can wait. I mean, obviously, if it happens tomorrow, then great. But I always think it'd be amazing to do a film, like a really big film, whatever, and playing a part in it, and just that'd be a nice sort of goal for me as well. But that doesn't have a timeline because I'm thinking I can wait for that if I'm like 54 and I get the first like good film. I'm like, oh great,
whatever.
So that's something that I'd love to do. It's anything like that you have professionally, like that has no rush, but you're like, oh my god, like.
I'd love to be on Broadway.
Yeah.
I'd love to be on Broadway.
Yeah.
I've got no, like you said, I've got no sort of like, okay, if it doesn't happen in 3 years, then I'm giving up. Like it's one of those things where if it happens when I'm 74.
Yeah, it happens.
In Sunset Boulevard, like, fine, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I used to have like major ambitions of being on TV and being on film, but now that I look back, that was like when I wasn't in the West End as well. I think for some reason in my head, and I think this like is what a lot of people do, a lot of people who aren't in musical theatre do, where they rank TV and film like above theatre.
Yeah.
And I get why, it's because more people see TV shows and films. Like the ratings are higher because you can only fit so many people in one theatre at a time, so of course less people are going to see it. So I sort of in my head was like, oh well, you know, film and TV are better than musical theatre.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the same love for it. Like I did TV when I was a kid, and I just don't like the process in the same way.
No.
Like if it happened, of course I'd like, you know, if Steven Spielberg called up my agent and was like, I've just seen a YouTube bootleg of Heathers and I would love Carrie to be in my next movie musical, then of course I'm going to be like, yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
But I just love musical theatre so much that I haven't got that saying like, oh my god, I really want to like send me up for TV and film, send me up for TV and film. I don't have that same sort of like need for it anymore because I'm just so happy being in theatre.
It is a weird thing that people might not really fully understand, which we deal with all the time, of this like hierarchy of like TV and film and theatre, like in terms of like your ability to act. And it's really hard if you're on your CV, you've got musical, like play, musical. Because then if you're like, oh, we really want to be seen for whatever, for the next Game of Thrones, it'll be like so hard to get in. Because they will look at your CV, not they like Nina Gold, because you probably wouldn't, but I mean just as an example, some casting directors will look at your CV and go, well, they're just going to come in and go, gotta dance, and be like really big, and be like, well, that's not TV, because TV acting's all like smaller and like introvert. But I don't think it's like that in America. That's why you see a lot of like, I'm going to put my neck out on the line here, and I think I'm true. If you do like, the Americans are just different, because if you're on Broadway, they're like, oh my god, you're on Broadway.
Yeah, it's respected.
It's a big thing. Yeah, they're like, oh my god, no way, you're in whatever, Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. That's amazing. That's so good.
Well, I looked it up once, and I think minimum wage here is about £1,500 less than minimum wage on Broadway.
Yeah, it is so true. And that's the thing, if I said, you know, went to a casting director, did loads of film, and I was like, oh, I'm in Lion King in the West End, they'd be like, oh, right, great. Like, it just doesn't hold the same, like, value as it does over in America. Yeah.
Well, because my agent was saying, like, when you go to Broadway, if you're in a Broadway show, you can get reservations to any restaurant because you just tell them what Broadway show you're in. If I went to a restaurant here and was like, yeah, I'm Fontaine in the West End, they'd be like, jog on, see ya. Doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter.
And I also think as well, and I've heard this because I've got a friend who's like won an Olivier. Like, Olivier's for them are just like, what? Because it's like Tonys.
Yeah.
Like, Tonys are like, if you win a Tony, like, that's just amazing. You go, oh yeah, I got nominated for Olivier. Obviously they know what it is, but I mean, compared to a Tony, it's like a wooden spoon. Like, well, it's not a Tony, you know? But I mean, that's like, it's Broadway, isn't it? So it just has this like glossy feel about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why though. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why. It could just be like the attitude that the English have compared to the American. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing.
I think these are my theories. I think America's a big place, and there's a lot of talent in America, and they have to pool all that talent from all those millions of people, all those like 50 states, whatever, and get like a cast of 20 into a Broadway show, and like that must be so hard.
Yeah.
To like do that.
Yeah, you must feel like the chosen one.
Yeah, it must be when you get a Broadway show and you've gone through all those rounds and go, oh my god, I'm one of 20 out of hundreds of millions of potential people in America to get this job. So I guess it is that. But what is interesting, which I've done, I went over to America a couple of years ago, and my friend I've got a couple of friends in the Broadway show, probably not anymore, I've left. And I went backstage and went around the set of Mormon, and it's literally exactly the same as it is in the UK, and it just brings it home like that. Because at the time as well, my friend was playing Elder McKinley, and I think both of my mates were playing Cunningham and Price, so like all like the male leads were just in the London cast with me, and it just sort of grounded everything for me. Because I walked backstage, because it's the first time I've ever been backstage of a Broadway show, and was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But then all of a sudden it was like, it's just
the same.
It's the same. It's exactly the same as we. And then more you walk around, you're like, oh yeah, that prop. Oh yeah, you got to run around there. That's that bit there that you normally use for that bit of the show. It's just like, it is exactly the same.
One thing that I love that Broadway does that the West End doesn't and should is Playbills. I went to New York last year for like a weekend, and I got to see Book of Mormon, and I knew that Broadway shows do playbills, but I was still surprised when the woman handed me what is essentially a programme over here with the cast list and like information about the show. I was like, this is amazing.
It's really good, isn't it?
This is amazing. Why don't we have anything like that over here? How is that not a thing on the West End? It annoys me so much. Because I will treasure that playbill for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
And they're up to date as well. So they're never wrong. So if like, I'm pretty sure this is right? Like if you had a cover on.
Yeah. It had like a slip in
everything's up to date. Yeah. It's never like when you go and see a show or you've been in a show and someone tweets you when you're on holiday, for example, and go, Carrie, you were amazing tonight as Zeppelin or whatever, and you're like, well, I'm at home.
Yeah, sat in my pyjamas watching.
Yeah, because that happens all the time. What's really good as well about Broadway, what they do really, I enjoyed, say you have friends in the show, afterwards you get brought up on stage, you meet them on stage. So you don't go out stage door and sit there like that and go, hey, and then they bring you through stage door. You go up on stage.
That's amazing. So
you're all there, and you look around, and there's like other people's family and friends there, and they all come down like, hey, you're alright, and you're like hug on stage.
That's amazing.
How good is that? So rather than like going outside and waiting in the cold and ringing and go out stage door now.
Yeah, trying to get someone else to try and find you and bring you through.
Yeah, I think it's either the company manager comes and goes, oh, you meet in Rory or whatever. Or is that, yeah, just come up on stage, and you go up on stage. Really cool. Interesting.
Saying all of this though, I do love the West End.
Yeah. One of the things that is really cool about the West End are the buildings, and that sounds really stupid, but how old they are.
Oh, I love it.
How old do you think Market?
I don't know. But I know one of my quiz questions was which is the oldest theatre in London. It's Drury Lane. It was in 1663. So
wow.
It's got a couple hundred years on any of the theatres in New York.
Bloody hell, 1663. Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Like, you take everything away, take the names away, whatever, of the places, and when you've just got the shows, they're just the same. They are just the same. Yeah. Like, one's in America, one's in the West End, and I'm sure like there's like shows in Australia as well. They're probably like, I'd love to get to the Broadway or the West End. If you're doing like Aladdin or Book of Mormon or whatever that's out there at the moment, it's probably exactly the same.
My friend was in Mormon in Australia.
Yeah. It's just because of what those like words mean to an actor. It's like, oh, you're on Broadway, you're on the West End or whatever. It's like, it means a lot. Yeah. Interesting enough.
I miss the West End. I miss theatre.
Yeah.
I want to go back.
You'll be back. You'll be back. You'll remember you belong to me. Right, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Don't. What are we talking about? Don't.
I've got one.
Go on then.
Don't tap dance in the shower because you might slip.
That's very specific.
Well, we talk about Mormon and they tap dance in Mormon.
Yeah. Yeah, don't tap dance in the shower.
You might slip.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.